The Punjabi name Goldie Barar, it has been making headlines for years now, and now the United States has stepped up its efforts to find him. The FBI has announced a reward of up to $50,000 for any sort of information leading to the arrest of Satinderjeet Singh, better known as Goldie Barar. According to the US investigators, ladies and gentlemen, Barar is believed to be a senior member of Lawrence Bishnoi organized crime network. Authorities accuse the network of involvement in serious crimes including extortion, trafficking, or any weapon-related offenses, and that too across multiple countries. Now, for a second, think about how organized crime works today. This is not like old days. Criminal networks, they no longer operate inside one city or any one country. A plan could be made in one country, money can be collected in another. Instructions can be sent from elsewhere, and the crime itself, it can happen thousands of kilometers away. And that is why agencies like FBI are working more closely than ever before with police forces around the globe. Intelligence is being shared, information is exchanged. Investigations are no longer limited by national borders. Well, the reward announced by the FBI, it is not just about catching an individual. It's also a message that governments are becoming far more aggressive in dealing with international organized crime. Shamefully, he's from India, but no matter where criminal network do operate, officials are trying to follow them. No matter how many countries are involved, and in this case there are three: US, Canada, and India. Law enforcement agencies, they are now working together. Whether this reward eventually leads to Goldie Barar's arrest, that remains to be seen though, but one thing is already clear here. International cooperation against organized crime, it is becoming stronger every year. And for criminal investigations operating across border, the pressure is only increasing. Now, from international crime, let's move on to something that affects millions of ordinary people every single day. Rising prices have become one of America's biggest concerns now. And now, Walmart says it wants to give families some much more needed relief here. Let's move on to something that affects millions of ordinary Americans every single day. Rising prices have become one of America's biggest concerns. Now, Walmart says it wants to give families some much needed relief here. Well, for millions of Americans, the biggest challenge today, it's not politics. It is not foreign policy. It is something much more personal for them. There are just 4 words: the cost of living. Every trip to the supermarket, it feels more expensive. Groceries cost more. Clothes cost more. Household essentials cost more. So for many families, every dollar, it matters. People are comparing prices before buying everyday product. Many are cutting unnecessary spending. Others are waiting for any sort of discount before making even a single purchase. And that is why Walmart's latest announcement, it has attracted attention across the United States. America's largest retailer has announced price cuts on a wide range of products. The discount includes beverages, summer clothing, toys, swimming pool, grill, and several food items. According to company officials, the goal is to help consumers save money at a time when inflation continues to put pressure on household budget. Industry experts also believe that other retailers may introduce similar discounts to remain competitive. Now think why this matters. When the biggest retailer in America changes its prices, the entire market watches. Competitors often respond with their own discounts. Consumers become more confident about spending, and even small savings can make a big difference for families managing monthly budgets. For Indians living in the US, this whole news, it is equally important. Many families already spend a large part of their income on rent, insurance, education, healthcare, and transportation. Saving money on groceries and everyday household products, it may not sound like a huge change, but over an entire month or an entire year, those savings, it can add up. Now here, economists continue to describe inflation as one of the biggest challenges facing the American economy. Businesses are trying to attract consumers without hurting profit. Consumers are looking for better value whenever they can find. One thing is certain here: the cost of living, that remains one of the biggest concerns for millions of people across America. And every country now is trying to find its own way to help consumers while staying competitive.